Yet a martial artist who has mastered the speed of a snake and the balance of a crane is still an incomplete fighter. The next Kung Fu animal style we're testing instills a skill necessary for the superior fighter: deadly precision.
The praying mantis.
Our mantis challenger is Kung Fu expert Wang Wei.
精确 accuracy 爆发力 explosiveness 时机 timing.
The praying mantis is an aggressive predator that uses its front legs to snatch its prey, with reflexes measured at 25 milliseconds. That's 4 times faster than the blink of an eye. Like the mantis, martial artists use their arms to make lightning-fast strikes. A low stance and swaying movements also mimic the insect. Besides being an expert in martial arts, Greg Reed also happens to be a professional entomologist.
Now, the praying mantis, some of the attributes that we try to emulate is that they are fast, and they are accurate, and patient. We have a difficult combination to live up to today.
The Fight Science team will test this Kung Fu fighter's ability to deliver a blindingly accurate strike. To find out if he can really fight like an insect, he'll go head-to-head with an army of insects in a showdown of man versus bugs. Inside this plexiglass cage, Wang Wei will have 60 seconds to snatch as many flies as he can out of thin air. Sports physiologist David Sandler knows the odds when it comes to man versus insect.
We talk about how fast the praying mantis is in terms of its reaction time, somewhere in around 1/40th of a second. And humans are, 5 times slower than that, and so you're really going to have to be accurate. This is a really difficult test.
The Fight Science team will measure Wang Wei's accuracy and deft touch, as well as the speed with which he can capture his prey.
So we're going to put markers both on his wrist and on his fingers. So we'll be able to track those markers in high-speed video, so we'll be able to tell exactly how fast he struck. And we're going to see exactly your accuracy based on how many flies you catch. So as you catch those flies, we want you to put them in here, okay? And you're going to have 1 minute.
Our insect wranglers release more than 1,000 flies into the 8x5-foot test chamber.
They're actually just a tiny bit smaller than what a common housefly would be.
Although 1,000 flies seems like a large number, that's less than 3 flies per cubic foot of space inside the chamber.
It's going to be very difficult. I'll be surprised if he gets 1 or 2. But the fly is faster, a human being's reaction time is slower. It'll be a very big challenge.
A fly's reaction time is 1/50th of a second, slightly faster than a praying mantis, but nearly 12 times faster than the average human. Wang Wei will only catch them if his reaction times are far faster than a normal person's. In other words, he'll need to be less man and more mantis.
Are you ready, Wang Wei? 3, 2, 1, go.
At first, the flies seem to swarm around Wang Wei, staying too close to catch. But he turns a disadvantage into an advantage. He begins to use the wind generated by his arms to maneuver the flies into a target zone. His speed and timing improve with each strike.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop.
Hey, good job.
Yes.
Man.
Now after seeing him do it, does anybody want to revise their guess?
I still have to go with 0. I mean, my eyes aren't super camera speed, but I still have to say 0.
I'll take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7
That's
flies in there.
7 more than 0, Doctor.
Stunning everyone, Wang Wei was able to snare 7 flies in mid-flight. By utilizing the praying mantis style, he was able to truly perform like an insect.
We know how accurate he is. Let's look at how fast. We've pulled up the high-speed video here, and I've actually tracked the 2 points. Your wrist was actually going 8 miles an hour, and your finger was going 15 miles an hour.
The speed alone is impressive, but the accuracy is far beyond normal human performance. So how did Wang Wei do it? These are the secrets of the human praying mantis. The fly has a reaction time of 20 milliseconds, whereas a normal human's reaction time is about 250 milliseconds. However, training can reduce Wang Wei's to about 130 milliseconds. His eyes capture the movement of the fly through space, relaying the signal through his visual cortex. His brain then analyzes the trajectory of the insect's flight, calculates where it will be in the next split second, and directs a strike path for the finger to intersect with that exact spot. Fine motor control centers take over, almost instantaneously turning thought into action and a successful strike. When one thinks of martial arts, insects don't usually come to mind. But early kung fu masters thought like scientists and studied how even the mantis could improve the man.